Hey, 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 and hey. We got 2 minutes. And guess what, guys? This particular case that we see here, they go into court. It's not a bond hearing. It's not a bond hearing. It's a letter of conflict. So we might read it. The judge, his lawyer would not be there. So I guess they spent all that money. His lawyer would not be there. He's got to be there. Hey, Nikki. He's not gonna be there. Not on wood. But yes. Let me see something here. I want to read this letter. I don't know what I did with the damn letter. This is crazy. But I got to go up to here, to this judge case, and see what's going to happen. Okay, we got the judge here. It's 1 o'clock. Let's see what happens. And I like to know, now this case determines if Nate is Solar get the juice. Does Solar get the juice? Here we go.
Proceedings allowed absent prior obtaining a court order. So, and that goes to proceedings on YouTube, reporting or replaying any of the court proceedings. You must have a court order prior to doing so. Otherwise, you could be found in contempt of court. So with that, we are ready to get started. And let's go ahead and start with the bond hearing on Raheem Byrd, position number 3, while we're waiting. Oh, I think the clerk's office is here, but we'll go ahead and start with the bond hearing on Raheem Byrd. Is Raheem Byrd in the jail courtroom?
Byrd, stand up.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Judge, give me 1 second.
Okay, no worries.
Screen went bad.
Okay.
And good afternoon. I'm sorry.
Good afternoon. No need to apologize.
What are you doing? Okay. I put the number in the chat and
I saw. Thank you.
And the screen messed up on me after I hit enter.
That's okay.
What is going on?
You just let me know when you're ready.
We're ready, Judge Hodges.
All right. Let me hear from the state first. Ms. Friedman?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Byrd is a co-defendant to several of the bond hearings you might have heard. So if the facts sound familiar, that's why. He's a co-defendant to Zachary Hardwick, Demetrius Lawson, Andrew Thompson, who we heard before the tornado last week, and Jerry Williams, who goes by the name Quan. So back on July 20th of 2022, DKPD responded to a call about a person shot at 2409 Overlook Avenue in Lithonia. When they arrived, they saw Mr. Amika unconscious, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He did not survive those gunshot wounds. Standing next to him were additional victims, Mr. Calvin Lee and Mr. James Bell. Mr. Lee and Bell advised they were just robbed inside the home, which was 2409 Overlook Avenue. Mr. Lee stated that he was invited to the location by someone he knows by the name of Quan. We later identified Quan as Jerry Williams. Mr. Lee arrived in a Toyota Camry that was driven by James Bell, and that car parked in the driveway of the incident location. Mr. Amika, the victim, would later show up with Alexander Printup in a separate vehicle. They were coming together as a group of 4, but each group of 2 took 2 different vehicles, if that makes sense. When they got to the home, they were invited, the first group of 2 were invited inside by Quan. When they walked into the foyer area, 7 other individuals emerged with firearms and started to rob them. It is during the robbery that the victim and his friend showed up and happened to walk into that robbery. When they showed up to the robbery, that's when the other individuals in the home, the co-defendants, started shooting at the victim and his friend. There's video of the incident, Your Honor. This home had an inside surveillance system. We were able to recover that video, and it does show facts consistent with that. We did submit to Your Honor a victim impact statement via writing last week. That was also submitted to co-counsel for both Andrew Thompson and Raheem Bird in this case. Mr. Bird was identified by a gang investigator out of I believe it's Morgan or Monroe County, Georgia, because the case is stretches and recently become active in DeKalb County, and the investigating expert out there was able to identify Mr. Bird as being part of the one shooting in this case, along with, of course, the other co-defendants. I will say Mr. Bird has no criminal history, so that is what makes him different from the other co-defendants. But that being said, the state would still argue that he is a danger to the public based on his affiliation with the gang, and also he's a danger to witnesses because he knows the witnesses, he knows the co-defendants, they all hang out together, they're all in communication together. And so for that reason, the state would request that Your Honor deny their bond.
Okay. All right, Mr. Richardson.
Yeah, first of all, I hope everyone's dry over at the courthouse. I haven't seen it since the flooding, but
I haven't either, but I've heard it's bad.
Yeah, and that's sad. I remember the courthouse from the very early days. But thank you for continuing this matter. I had some problems last week
No worries.
with scheduling, and just thank the court for accommodating everyone and getting this matter done. Your Honor, I'm kind of perplexed when the state talks about this was an invited situation. First of all, we got 2 groups of individuals. We can call the group that was visiting. We can call them the victims if we want. We can call the other group the defendants because they were in fact arrested. But this was more than just an invite. This was a pre-planned. This was a meeting that had been scheduled by the Quan. The Quan guy is the person who's been dealing with the victims for a long time. They all knew each other. They were planning on getting together to complete a drug deal. The victims in this case had the drugs. The defendants basically had the home. And it was agreed that the victims were bringing the drugs by, and the defendants were going to collect or purchase the drugs from the victims. The evidence that I have reviewed, and I'm going to basically speak on the evidence because I wasn't there, but I'm going to tell you that the evidence that I've reviewed, and I've gone through everything, the evidence that I've seen suggests that both sides, the victims and the defendants, were well armed. The defendants had weapons just like the victims had weapons. And the cell phone communications, I look forward to getting that because the state has subpoenaed Mr. Quan's, they've seized his cell phone, and I'm assuming that there's a forensic examination being conducted on that phone. But I believe that what it's going to show is that in the midst of this deal to sell marijuana, that someone had decided, well, hey, we're going to rob these guys. We're not going to buy the marijuana. We're going to steal the marijuana. And we're going to take it from them. And that information that they were going to get robbed, that their drugs were going to get stolen, got back to the victims. And when the victims went to that house well armed, they both were in a position prepared to take from one another. As a result, shooting broke out, and unfortunately, someone lost their life as a result of this. A number of witnesses have been spoken with. The state has communicated with all the victims. Unfortunately, I don't see it in most of my criminal defense cases, but most of these defendants gave statements to the police. So in addition to the statements that they got from the victims, in addition to the statements that they got from all the defendants, in addition to the statements they got from the neighbors who have no interest in this case, not one of those witnesses or neighbors mentioned that my client ever had a firearm. The independent neighbors told the police that it was one of the victims that was outside hovering over the deceased and took the deceased weapon, or a weapon that was lying close there to the deceased, and hid it in some bushes. So we got the victims that are concealing weapons, concealing firearms, and then giving the police a story as if they were innocently invited to Mr. Kwan's home, and they were robbed as a result thereof. Those victims knew what they were up against. They took their own weapons, and then when something unfortunately happened, they decided they were going to try and hide the evidence from police to make them look like they were true and sincere victims. I understand these are very, very serious charges. I also understand that in most cases, a bond is typically not awarded to an individual in a murder case. But I would submit to this honorable court that there are exceptions. There are exceptions to bonds in every case. And I think, and I'm gonna outline why I think that Raheem Byrd should be separated in terms of with regards to the bond issue than the other co-defendants. The evidence that the state has accumulated right now indicates to me that all of the defendants who've been arrested had been dealing with the victims in the past and had some kind of association with these victims in dealing with drugs in the past. That is totally different from Mr. Byrd. Mr. Byrd was 17 years of age at the time that this happened. Mr. Byrd has no previous record. He would like to live with his mother in Conyers if this honorable court deemed a bond was appropriate in this case. He's got a very supportive mother, a very supportive father. I have a photograph of the Rag to Riches article, and I cannot tell this honorable court what Rags to Riches, what they do 24/7. I can't, and I'm not going to try and mislead this honorable court. But I do see where Rags to Riches is incorporated, or a company that deals with music called Rags to Riches is incorporated with the Secretary of State. And I have never in my life as an attorney ever seen a criminal enterprise register with the Secretary. I'm sorry?
Incorporated?
Yeah, I've never seen that happen. Just people who are committing crimes, people who are out there trying to do bad are not trying to put their information with the Secretary of State. But if you go to the Secretary of State website, you'll see where Rags to Riches is an incorporated business, and they're affiliated with the music industry. Now, I'm not saying that everyone who's affiliated with Rags to Riches is an angel and they're in there because people. You can't account for everyone in that business. But I tell you what, this young man that I know has a talent, he has a gift for music, and I believe those were his intentions. I would also indicate to this honorable court that in fact, in light of only being 17, he has a very small stature. He's very small, and unfortunately, that puts him in a position where he is a victim at that DeKalb County Jail. He's not only small, but it's my understanding that you have gangs or groups of people that get together at that jail, and you either side with one or you side with the other, or you're a victim. And that's one of the things that he's dealing with at the jail. I'm not saying that that's the reason the court should get him on bond, but that's one of the factors. The state has not told this court, nor is it anywhere in the discovery, that there was a 7-year-old child and an 8-year-old child that was upstairs in that house when all of this drugs and guns were going on downstairs in the house. And I would submit to you that Mr. Byrd was up there keeping those kids from going downstairs. And I would submit to this honorable court that simply being there, mere presence, is a defense to anything that happened in that house, and coupled with the fact that the state has subpoenaed cell phone records, they've gone on social media, they've got Instagram accounts, they've got statements from neighbors, and now I've seen my client's name in a stack of discovery one time. And it's certainly it's mentioned from a jailhouse call with 2 other individuals who say that we think Mr. Raheem Byrd may have been there. That's his affiliation with this case. I understand the seriousness. We got a loss of life, but I think under the totality of circumstances here, we got 4 cameras in that house. And everything directs towards everybody but Mr. Byrd. And I would ask this honorable court to consider some kind of bond for Mr. Byrd. I know that he's born and raised in Conyers. He's never left Conyers, Georgia. I indicated earlier that his mother and father are there. He went to high school there. He's got no prior criminal record. We would be amenable to an ankle monitor, a curfew, anything that would assure that Mr. Byrd is not out on the streets affiliating with any other gang members or drug dealers or anything. Require that he work, and require that he do everything that he needs to do to remain out of trouble and to be at every court hearing, every court appearance that's required of him. But for all those reasons, Your Honor, this man is presumed innocent until proven guilty. And based on the lack of evidence that I've seen, and based on the background of this young man, Raheem Byrd deserves some kind of bond with whatever this court deems as fair, whatever conditions this court deems as fair. But we believe that he's entitled to his freedom pending his day in court.
All right, thank you. Ms. Friedman?
Yes, Your Honor, I would just say, unfortunately, in this day and age, it's very common for gangs to affiliate and incorporate as music groups. That's a very common trend that we see in gang prosecution. Take it, for example, YSL, which is being litigated right now out of Fulton County. They were incorporated. Their defense is the same thing.
Let me ask you this. Mr. Byrd was 17. What are the ages of the other co-defendants? Were they significantly older?
Mr. Byrd is younger. The co-defendants are roughly 22, 32, 22, and 41.
Okay,
So
22, 32.
22 and 41, and then Mr. Byrd is 17. So he is the youngest of the group.
Okay. Did the co-defendants have records?
They all have records, minus Mr. Byrd. He's the only one without a criminal history. So that is a factor to consider.
Okay.
I would just say that the video does not show Mr. Byrd being a babysitter. during a drug deal. That is not what you see on the video, Your Honor.
Did
He's an active participant.
Did he have a weapon in the video?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And all of the other co-defendants were denied bond. Is that correct?
Correct. Some of them we haven't had bond hearings for, but so far everyone else remains at a no bond status.
Okay. When was he arrested? November? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Now, what about, was he in school, Mr. Richardson? What's the status of his?
Your Honor, the Monroe Area High School. And I'm not familiar with that high school, but that's it's my understanding that's the high school that he was in, Monroe Area High School.
Okay, what grade?
I'd be guessing, Your Honor. You know what? I don't even believe I asked that.
That's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
Was he living with his parents at the time of the incident?
He was living with Anthony Byrd. Anthony Byrd is his father. His father and mother live in the same. They both live in Conyers. His parents are separated, but his mother is obviously concerned that this happened on Daddy's clock, and the mom is vehemently informed me that her son is going to be with her, that this honorable court would consider some kind of bond, because she knows, well, she works at home also from what I understand, so she's there 24/7. She has a virtual job, and I don't know where she works, but I know that she's there all the time, and she feels that, well, she doesn't feel, she knows that she would have a better grip on circumstances if he was given a bond. She would make sure that he was at every court appearance. She'd make sure that his butt was home when he's supposed to be home. She'd make sure that ankle monitor is paid for. She would make sure that all these things are taken care of. And that's what mamas do. That's what mommies do, you know, especially when you got a teenager. He's still a kid. He's 17 years of age. And those are the words that came directly out of her mouth when she told me he's not going any damn where. I'm going to be on him like flies on rice. So.
Got it. Okay. Thank you. Ms. Friedman. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Richardson. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I was finished, Jeff.
Okay.
I was just gonna say I wish they were present to hear them.
Are they here?
Well, yes, I gave them the as a matter of fact, because I gave her I sent her.
What's her name?
Her name is Urvi Patel.
Urvi Patel. She's here. Okay, let's swear in. Let me hear from her. Ms. Patel, would you please unmute? Okay, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. All right, Mr. Richardson, do you want to ask her any questions?
Yes, Ms. Patel, where do you currently live?
In Conyers, Georgia.
Could you provide this honorable court with an address?
Well, don't tell me the address. If I decide to give a bond, we'll put it on the bond order.
Okay. And Ms. Patel, how do you know Raheem Byrd?
That's my son.
Okay. And where was he living at the time that this happened?
In Monroe, Georgia, with his dad.
Okay. And where are you currently employed?
Emory Healthcare.
Okay. And where are you physically stationed when you work?
I work from home.
Okay. And if this court would consider a bond for Raheem, your son, where would Raheem be staying? Would it be with you or with his dad?
With me.
Okay. And would you make sure that Raheem would honor any and every condition or order that would be imposed by this court if a bond were granted?
Yes, I will.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share with this honorable court that maybe I did not cover with regards to where you work and where you stay? Well, let me ask this. Have you ever had any problems with Raheem?
No, I think he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Okay. Has he ever been arrested?
No,
Okay. Has he ever been questioned by the police for any activities that he may have been involved?
no.
What is your understanding of the Rags to Riches?
It's a music label slash clothing line, from my understanding.
Okay. Have you ever been to their office or to their studio or to any place where they do business?
I know somebody that sells the clothes. You know, I've never been to a studio.
Okay. Does Raheem have any talents as far as music?
Yes,
And what is that?
he likes to rap.
Okay. And did you do any investigative work before he got involved with Rags to Riches?
Yes, I did. I provided all the information that I found on the music and clothing line and the LLC.
Did you investigate or look into Rags to Riches before your son got involved with them?
No, I mean,
Was that? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that something that he did, or was that something that you assisted him with, or?
no, that was something that, you know, he was just singing with them.
Okay. Is there anything that I may not have covered that you'd like this court to know?
No, but if you guys give him a bond, I'll ensure that he makes all the court dates. I'll ensure that he, you know, gets enrolled in school, gets a job, and gets on the right track.
Was he enrolled in school at the time of this incident?
Yes,
He was?
yes,
What grade is he in?
10th grade.
Okay. All right. How are his grades?
He's a pretty smart kid.
Okay. What does that mean? C's, B's?
No, he
A's?
makes A's and B's.
Okay. At what school was he, or would he attend if he's living with you?
He will attend Salem High School.
Okay. All right. Ms. Friedman, do you have any questions for her?
No questions.
Okay. All right. Given the fact that he is 17 and does not have any prior history, I am going to grant him a $100,000 bond.
Thank you so much.
Well, hold on. There are going to be a bunch of conditions that we're going to put on here. One, he has to be fitted with an ankle monitor. He must reside with you. He needs to be, he's essentially going to be on house arrest unless he's at school.
Okay.
Does he work at all?
No.
Okay. If he is going to work, it would need to be at a like W-2 employer. He can't do, I don't want him having anything to do with Rags to Riches, with the rap industry, music industry. He needs to stay away from all of that altogether. So if he wants to get a job at a McDonald's, somewhere where he's clocking in and we can verify his whereabouts, that's fine. But other than that, he is in house arrest. He needs to report to pretrial services once a week. If he is working, he needs to be home by 8 o'clock at night every night.
Okay.
And he needs to be home until 6 in the morning.
Okay.
Do you have any weapons in your house?
No, ma'am.
Okay. No weapons are allowed. No contact with anybody from Rags to Riches. No contact with any of the co-defendants. Are there any other conditions the state would like for me to impose?
Yes, Your Honor. No contact directly or indirectly with any of the victims or the victims' families in this
Thank you.
case.
Okay.
I know that the mother has some safety concerns.
No contact with any of the victims or their families. That's no phone calls, emails, no text messages. Don't send any messages to them on his behalf. Stay away from all the co-defendants, and he's got to be in school.
Okay.
And if he violates a single condition, I will not hesitate to revoke the bond and keep him in jail until the case is resolved. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay. All right. Will y'all prepare the order and send it to my queue, please?
Yes, Your Honor, I will do that.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Mr. Richardson?
No, Your Honor, I think that was well covered. I think there's enough conditions in there that that this 17-year-old will understand the seriousness of this, and I
hope so. I hope
yeah,
so.
and I believe that this mother is going to do everything that she can to make sure that the order is accomplished.
Mom, would you be willing to report to pretrial services if your son absconds, or, I mean, they'll figure it out too, but would you be willing to report that?
Yes,
If he violates any of these conditions?
yes. I'll make sure that he doesn't.
Okay. All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. All right. Let's do Jalen
And-
Smith. Oh, I'm sorry.
And can I be excused,
Of
Your Honor?
course.
I'm sorry.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Thank
It's
you.
my understanding the state is going to prepare the order. Is that correct?
Yes. They
Okay.
usually do. Okay. And then it'll be sent to my queue and I'll sign it.
Okay. If someone could send me a copy, well, I guess you're going to.
You'll get served with a copy of it electronically once it gets e-filed. Okay. You're good to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. All right. Bond hearing for Jalen Smith.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Parks is here.
I said the facts. We started this last time, but I'll go through the
Yeah,
facts.
start
again.
over.
It's a little chaotic.
Yeah.
Back in May, on May 16th of 2022, at around 2:44 in the morning, police responded to shots fired at Park Valley apartment complex. When they arrived, they found Michael Rolex laying in the breezeway in front of apartment M12, suffering from 8 gunshot wounds. He died on the way to the hospital. Inside of the apartment was Christian Houston. He was shot, but still alive, and he actually ends up surviving. They spoke to several witnesses on the scene, the officers did. One is Caleb Carter. He identified the shooter as someone by the nickname Float. He said Float was there to record music, and there was a verbal argument that started before the shooting and then turned into the shooting. He IDs Jalen Smith as the person he knows to be Float. Tyrell Jenkins was in the apartment sleeping when he heard a verbal argument about a girl named Shakira. He was in the apartment. He said it was himself, Shakira, the victim, Christian, Caleb, and 2 individuals he didn't know very well, but he knew one of them was dating or seeing Shakira. He said that there was a fight that turned physical, and he broke them up, and that's when Shakira's boyfriend started shooting. He was able to describe the shooter, and the description matches the defendant. They talked to Shakira. She says she wasn't there, doesn't know anything, but she did admit to dating the defendant. A neighbor, Timothy Bennett, said he was watching TV when he heard gunfire. He went outside to see what was going on, and he saw Caleb Carter returning fire towards an individual that was entering a car that sped away. He asked if Caleb was okay. Caleb said, no, they shot my friend. And that's when the neighbor went to render aid. He saw Shakira there, and she told several individuals to leave before the police got there. The police were able to pull surveillance video, and they observed a vehicle registered to Kaya Banks enter the apartment complex around 10:02 p.m. And that vehicle is seen speeding away at 2:41 a.m. That's important.
Excuse me.
Because the 911 call comes in at 2:44, so like about less than 3 minutes from when the call came in. That car was registered to Kaya Banks. They found her. They interviewed her. She said she dropped off Float at the apartment complex that night, and that she later received a text from him saying to come get him as soon as possible because something bad happened, and she identified Jalen Smith as the person she knows as Float. On this call, Your Honor, we have the mother of the victim, Miss Michelle Rolex, who would like to make a statement when it's the appropriate time.
Sure. All right. Go ahead and unmute.
Miss Rolex, will you please unmute and turn your camera on? There she is.
All right. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right.
Miss
Go ahead.
Rolex, what would you like the court to know about bond in this case?
Okay, I wanted to talk about Michael really quick. Michael lived with me and his father, his sister, and 3 brothers. So he was a happy child. His birthday is tomorrow, and we won't get to celebrate with him. You rarely saw Michael without a smile. He smiled all the time. I mean, if he was sick, you did not know he was sick because he kept that smile on his face all the time. And Jalen's actions on May 16th will be the reason we will never see Michael smile again. He was a smart young man, always thinking of ways to become an entrepreneur. He created and designed his first skateboard, and he was coming up with a website to start selling his skateboards. He was in a mentoring program called the Next Level Boys Academy. He was chosen to go and speak out of state at one of the conferences, but instead the director had to do his eulogy at his homegoing service. So he never got a chance to get his, website off the ground, his skateboard sold. He did music. He loved music. He did music all the time. Jalen should not be granted any form of bond. He killed my child. He shot someone else. He is a danger to the community. And he left the state. So he was not even trying to, stand for what he did. He knew he was wrong. So that's why he left the state and had to be picked up in Ohio. So there should be no bond for him. He took our son away. And that's all I pretty much want to say.
Thank you. Ms. Parks, do you have any questions for her?
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. Let me hear from, Ms. Friedman, tell me does he have a criminal history?
That's what I was about to
Tell
say.
me
He
about that.
does have pending cases in Gwinnett. He's got a pending forgery second and carrying a pistol without a license out of Gwinnett that happened in May of 2021, and it's still unresolved. So that's his criminal history.
No prior convictions?
No prior convictions.
Okay.
I would just add that it's the state's contention that he's a danger to the public and he's a flight risk because he was found in a different state.
How old is he?
He is, I believe, 21. Yeah, 21, Your Honor.
Okay.
And the victim was 23.
Okay. Thank you. All right, Ms. Parks.
Thank you, Judge. On behalf of Mr. Smith, yes, he is indeed 21. He's going to turn 22 next week. Your Honor, he's been in custody since his arrest on September the 17th of last year. He lives with his aunt and uncle in College Park. That's where he would live if he were to be released on bond. He's lived in this area for the last 8 years. He does have family in Ohio. That's who he was visiting when he was arrested for these charges, Your Honor. But he did work here. He worked for UPS. He worked for DHL. He worked for HelloFresh here in the Atlanta area. Your Honor, this case is set for arraignment, I think, next month. So we've not been privy to any discovery at this time. I have already filed my opt-in discovery motion. That's what I do as soon as cases are indicted. But we're looking forward to investigating this and interviewing whichever witnesses will speak to us about what occurred in this case, Your Honor. We're asking that you grant bond for Mr. Smith in the amount of $50,000 so that he can be released from the DeKalb County Jail, which is a danger zone right now, and that he can assist counsel with the defense of his case. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Given that he did flee the jurisdiction and has another pending gun charge, I'm not going to be granting a bond. I think he's a risk to reoffend and a flight risk. So the motion for bond is denied. Okay.
Your Honor, that concludes my business. May I be excused?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Next, we have the plea and Jasmine Bennett. Is that correct? And I
Yes,
see
Your Honor.
Shields on the Zoom.
Miss Bennett, would you please unmute yourself and turn your video on?
Hey. Let me see. I'm trying to turn my camera on.
I just sent you a start video request. There you go. Are you driving?
No, I stopped driving. I'm pulled
Okay.
over.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me hear from the state. Mr. Johnston?
Yes, Your Honor. The brief facts on this case are on October 1st of 2018, DeKalb County Police Department responded to 1510 Boulder Crest Road in DeKalb County, Georgia, in reference to a domestic disturbance. On arrival, officers met with the victim, Ruby Daniels, R-U-B-Y, Daniels spelled D-A-N-I-E-L-S, who stated her ex-girlfriend, the defendant, Jasmine Bennett, slapped her across the face multiple times, causing visible injuries. The defendant was not present on scene, but was found a short distance away. The victim had a visible handprint on her face. Officers stated that the victim showed some text messages. The defendant was located nearby. Officers learned the defendant had an outstanding warrant out of Cobb County, so she was taken into custody. However, as she was being taken into custody, the defendant took off running towards the wood line, where she was later apprehended.
Hold on, what was the warrant for in the other jurisdiction?
I am not sure, Your Honor. I can find out very quickly.
Okay.
I believe it was for a probation warrant, Your Honor, and I'll speak a little bit to that in a
Okay.
bit.
I believe that's right, Your Honor, based on my
All right.
notes.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnston. Just speak slowly for the court reporter.
Yes, ma'am. The state's recommendation, count 1 will be null pros. Count 2 is reduced to misdemeanor obstruction. The defendant is to it's 12 months probation. The defendant is to take an anger management class. Probation can terminate upon completion. Just for the court's record, just so the court is aware and the record is clear, I've spoken with the victim on this case, Ruby Daniels. She is in agreement with this recommendation. Given the circumstances, I won't go into all the details, but we were going to have some potential issues with this case. They've had no further.
Let me ask you a question. This always comes up in every plea. Yeah. The anger management class, you want her to take one class, or you want her to, there's like a series of 6 classes. So I want to
Your
make
Honor, it would be the series of 6 classes that I had in mind. In previous counties I've worked in, it's just been ordered as anger management, and then probation decides what it is, but I'll start explaining.
All right. We'll do one series of 6 anger management classes then.
Yes, ma'am, and then probation can terminate
Mr.
upon
Chan?
completion.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're asking the court to accept Ms. Bennett's plea. Credit for time served is October 1st, 2018 through October 14th of 2018. As you heard from ADA Johnston, she did have an outstanding warrant at the time. That was for Cobb felony probation. Judge Clark over in Cobb Superior actually revoked her probation 18 months based on this.
What was she on probation for?
Aggravated assault, Your Honor.
Okay.
But she did go down the road to Department of Corrections for a substantial amount of time. She did reach out trying to resolve this case. I actually filed a speedy trial demand back in 2019 or so. So there are some speedy trial issues here as well. Ms. Bennett took a number of courses while in GDC, including reentry courses, moral recognition therapy. She's also received some coping skills classes. That doesn't quite line up with what Mr. Johnston is asking for in the form of anger management classes, but she's ready to take those as well and get them out of the way. She's already begun, and I've told her to coordinate with misdemeanor probation after today.
All right. Based on the following, I will accept the negotiated recommendation, and we can go forward with the plea colloquy. Let me make the clerk a co-host so she can share the screen.
Thank you. Ms. Bennett, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in the matter now pending before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. What is your true and correct legal name?
Jasmine Bennett.
Are you the person that is charged in this case?
Yes.
Are you able to hear and understand my statements and questions?
Yes.
Are you now under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, or any other substance?
No.
Has your lawyer explained the charges against you?
Yes.
Have you had sufficient time to fully discuss your case with your attorney?
Yes.
Did you discuss and review your case and this plea transcript with your attorney before court?
Yes.
Do you understand that if you have a question during this plea, you have the right to speak with your attorney in private?
Yes.
Has your lawyer explained to you that the choice to conduct courtroom proceedings remotely, as we are doing now?
Yes.
Do you agree to participate in this plea hearing today remotely?
Yes.
Is your decision to go forward with this plea hearing today both knowing and voluntary?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that you could have a jury trial by pleading not guilty or by remaining silent and not entering a plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are waiving all defenses?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right to assistance of counsel during trial?
Yes.
Do you understand that you are entitled to the presumption of innocence?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have the right not to incriminate yourself?
Yes.
Do you understand that at a jury trial, you have the right to question witnesses against you, the right to subpoena witnesses on your own behalf, and the right to testify yourself and offer other evidence?
Yes.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you are giving up all of those rights?
Yes.
Has anyone made any threats or promises to influence you to plead guilty in this case?
No.
Do you understand that if you are not a citizen of the United States, a plea of guilty will have an impact on your immigration status and you will face deportation?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to discuss your case thoroughly with your lawyer?
Yes.
Is your lawyer Robert Chan?
Yes.
Are you satisfied with the services and advice of your lawyer?
Yes.
Do you understand that this is a negotiated plea?
Yes.
Did you hear the recommendation that I just made to the court a moment ago?
Yes.
Do you understand that the maximum possible sentence for these charges would be, as reduced by the negotiations, 12 months to serve?
Yes.
Do you understand that the court is not bound by any promises or recommendations and that the court can impose up to the maximum sentence and mandate that you serve the charges consecutively?
Yeah.
Do you understand that if the judge imposes a sentence greater than the negotiated plea, you would have the right to withdraw your plea at the time of sentencing?
Yes.
Do you understand that this plea may be used to enhance sentencing on other convictions in this jurisdiction and other jurisdictions, including federal court?
Yes.
How do you plead to this charge, guilty or not guilty?
I'm guilty.
Was that guilty?
Yes.
Are you in fact guilty?
Yes.
Do you want to plead guilty?
Yeah.
Have you and your attorney discussed your habeas corpus rights?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have only 4 years from today for a felony charge or 12 months from today for a misdemeanor charge to file a habeas corpus petition with respect to this guilty plea?
Yes.
Do you understand that you have 30 days in which to appeal your conviction based on your plea today?
Yes.
Do you have a weapons carry license?
No.
Your Honor, we are not going under first offender, so that would complete the colloquy.
All right. I find the plea is being made freely and voluntarily by you, that you understand all the constitutional rights you're giving up by entering your plea, and you also understand the consequences of entering the plea. So I'll accept it as being freely and voluntarily made. I've already found there's a factual basis for the plea, and I will follow the recommendation that you negotiated through your attorney with the state. On count 1, the family violence battery will be null prost. On count 2, the obstruction will be reduced to a misdemeanor obstruction. You'll be sentenced to 12 months, credit for time served October 1st, 18 through October 14th of 18, balance on probation. While on probation, you're going to take 1 series of anger management classes. Once you've completed those classes, your probation can terminate.
And Judge, I'm sorry, I failed to request this earlier. Defense is asking for a probation waiver. I did speak with Mr. Johnson about this. State was not opposed. It's just to defray any costs, if there are any, for the anger management courses.
No
right,
objection on behalf of the state.
Okay, let me ask probation, how often are the classes?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Hey.
Generally, the classes are 1 week.
Okay.
It depends on where the defendant decides to go.
Okay.
And
what I'll do, that's fine, that helps. What I'll do is I'll waive the first 3 months of our probation supervision fees, to give her time to get those classes done without having to incur any fees. But if she doesn't get them done in the first 3 months, then she's paying for the classes and the probation fees. So it's a little incentive to get them done sooner rather than later. Okay. All right.
All right. And Officer LaCroix, do you need Miss Bennett to call you, or does she just need to report per your instructions to me?
Either which way. If you can provide me her number in the chat, I'll just go ahead and give her a call.
Sure, I'll do that.
All right. Then she'll just, I guess I'll need to sign the sentence and then it'll be sent to her to sign. Is that how it works, Ms. Shields?
No, ma'am, it'll go to her first. And
Goes to her
once
first?
you receive
Okay.
it, then you'll sign it.
All right. But it'll go via DocuSign, right?
Secure sign.
Or secure sign, whatever that is. Okay. Then that's all we need. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. I know, Ms. Friedman, you have another matter we'll take up. And everybody else can be excused. Thank you so much. And I'm going to stop the YouTube.
Hello, ain't that something? Ain't that another one bites the dust? Another one bites the dust, y'all. No, only reason why I know I continue to play it, because number one, we saw it last time and we really enjoyed the different cases, right? We enjoyed listening to the cases because it's good to listen to the cases, and we became part of the cases. I think I might be doing some more, just watching cases, and so you guys can see the cases, and then we could be our own set of jurors. It might not be on this channel, might be on another channel, but I'm like, it still shows you that is his judge, and it shows you what type of judge she is. So maybe we could get an idea of what she would go for and what she would not go for. So far, you're not going to get the juice today. You understand? No juice for you today, because for him to move on and for him to move forward, it all depends on if Natureboy gets out or not. It's not the fact that they are gone. It's the fact that, number one, they may be lured back in, or number two, they're not going to be able to shine. Because now, Natureboy, he would have to do it in a different way. But you know, when Daddy, you thought she was a man until Daddy came in the house, right? When Daddy not in the house, the little boys think they the man of the house. When Daddy walk in, they ain't the man of the house no more. All that's going out the window. So everything now depends for, hey, Natalia. So everything now depends, all of them depends on if Nature Nut get out of jail. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I said, you know what, let us just stick around and watch it, because we just found out at the last, and I'm like, yo, these are too many coincidences. These are too many coincidences. So now it states that, let me see something now. With this letter, they're going to stop playing with us like that too. They're going to stop playing with us. Damn it. And then don't tell us, how you going to put it on YouTube and then take it off YouTube and then tell us don't watch it on YouTube. Then don't put it on YouTube. What's wrong with y'all? What's wrong with y'all people? I'm trying to get the letter for you guys. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. And don't forget, hey Kendra, how are you doing? They said he can sit on down and relax. Uh-huh. I'm live. Thank you, Monet. Appreciate that. But that's why I said I didn't cut it off, because it's other cases too. Oh yeah, precious. It's like, I'm sorry, guys, but it's something about my girl Caroline and Precious. I just have to sing their names. I'm sorry, but my Caroline, and then it's my precious. It just comes out like that. I be trying to say it regular, but it just come out like that, right? You didn't miss nothing. What he gonna have to get is a whole new lawyer. Fully fee. But don't forget, can we please help? Hey, Brenda Young, he will not get out. One door closed, the other door open. She will be free and king. I don't get that. He will not get out. Okay, so I don't understand. One door closed and the other door open. I'm trying to find the letter for you guys so I can read the letter for you guys. I'm trying to find that for you guys. He didn't even leave his cell. No, ma'am. A whole new lawyer. So they're trying to say he had two cases at once. Then they're trying to say, but I'm going to get the letter, though. I got to read it for you, but I'm trying to see if the letter is out there. Yeah, girl, I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to read it to you, sis. I'm trying to see where I put it at now. Just give me 1 second. So again, Natureboy, back to the drill again. He's back to the drill again. Well, he's back to the drill again, baby. That go to show you something just ain't right. So, and I also put that, does Solar have the juice now? Because Solar have been known. Y'all people fail to realize Natureboy has more power because he is more older and more of a dominant man. But Solar has made his name everywhere. His name is in places Natureboy name have not been. That's why I said, at the end, you got the juice now. But the thing is, what you gonna do with the juice? What you gonna do with the juice? You wanted the juice? What you gonna do with it? So I'm gonna try to read it. Now it says, I'm gonna read it to you guys. I can't show it to you guys, but I can read it to you guys until like maybe somebody else puts it up. But the law office of Robert L. Booker, the Honorable Judge Stacy Hendrick, DeKalb County. It is, somebody look up a conflict letter for January 17th, right? It's a conflict letter. So which means he must have had another case. I don't know. And it got his case there. All right. Then he says, it says, oh Lordy. It says, see, when you're looking at it, tag it, with the state of Georgia and Eligio Bishop. Okay, dear Your Honor, let me cut this music down for you guys. Well, I'm just going to speak a little louder. Pursuant to Rule 17.1, The Uniform Superior Court rules. Please accept this as notice of potential conflict with regards to the action listed on the enclosed list. I am lead counsel or co-counsel in the actions listed, and these matters cannot be adequately protected by other counsel for the party in the action or by another attorney in my firm. So what he's saying is that Natureboy case is so bad that he has to be there, right? Pursuant to the guidelines set forth in the Uniform Superior Court rules, the enclosed list is proposed resolution of the cases in the order of priority by his specified by this rule. This trial is scheduled to last all day, and I will not be able to attend any other scheduled court appearances. So which means he had something else better to do. He had a case that was higher, right? So that's basically what happened. So, I'm trying to see something. How many cases that man had today? He had some cases, but then I don't know. But that's basically what happened. And he ain't got no time. Natureboy is a red. His case is that bad. It's a real headbanger. It's a headbanger. It's a headbanger. It's a headbanger. It's a headbanger. So now none of them could sleep at night because for them, for Solar and the rest of them to make any to make any sleep at night, they're not going to sleep because he's not there. He's not. The judge got too many other cases, and Natureboy case is so effed up that he wants to now go against Tabitha. He has to go against Tabitha, and he know he got to be ready to go against Tabitha. You understand what I'm saying? Tabitha ain't no easy walk in the street. So he figuring, let me get these other people off, and he really saying, I need more time for Tabitha. That's what it all boils down to. Like shit. Because at the end of the day, it's really not about Natureboy for him. It's about his law firm and his credibility. So he ain't gonna let Natureboy, his terrible case, mess him up. And he know this is between me and you, Tabitha. Between me and you, Tab. So that's what happened. They're going to put Natureboy under the prison. You'll never see what. Hi, Irina, how you doing? Guys, I want to explain to you, YouTube is not playing with these new rules and regulations. Please watch what you say. No curse, no profanity. Hey, Empress Queen Love Vibes, how are you doing? Welcome. Now, if I like to say, if people have a chance, I'm gonna give you guys some time to come up. I wonder why the lawyer took the case in the beginning. The days kept changing. Well, he want to make some money. Win, lose, or draw. I say he makes money. He makes money. Win, lose, or draw. That man make his money. See, that other guy got his money, and then they didn't want to pay him no more. He left. and somebody want to come up and talk about what they think, come on up. And if somebody has a channel and they discuss this or something like that, I would like for you guys to come on up. So, you know, it's good for the channel creators to get together and talk about it. So if you have a channel and you talk about this and you want to talk about what you think of Phil, the link is in there. Come on up. Come on up. And then we'll go check you out. He took that retainer's fee and quit. Ah, man, I'm telling you, so much is going on. As again, they're playing with us, the people. It went from a tornado. I'm like, you knew it was a tornado the day when you knew, they knew the weather was bad the day they changed his date to the day of the tornado. I'm trying to tell y'all, something else going on here. Something else is going on here. We don't know. His original court date was the day after the tornado. They knew the weather was bad then. Why would you change this case on the day they had the tornado? It's a lose. The case is a loser. Tony P, what you got working over there on your channel? What you got going on over there? The tornado hit his hairline. Nobody wants to lose on a record. Exactly. Baby, you ain't missed nothing, but the lawyer couldn't be there today. They play with us. The lawyer could not be there today. So that's basically what happened. But just so happened, I'm going to get me my little grandma nap up in there. So, like I said, Foodie, are you going live, sis? Are you going live or you went live this morning? And don't forget, guys, if you don't have Miss Ride or Die, she's trying to make a goal. That's our sister. She's trying to make a go. Here she go. I'm going to get off. She popping on. But I ain't got to say nothing. Here she go.
Peace and love, chat. Peace and love, chat. This is Miss Ride or Die. I want to thank everybody that's helped me on my journey to 3,000. I have been at 3,000 3 times already. But I guess YouTube always doing stuff to get rid of the bots or whatever they call them. But, I'm struggling a little bit. Tell you something about my channel. My channel is, first I started out cooking. I was cooking live. Then I started out with mukbangs. Then I fell in love with couponing. But in between all those things that I love to do, house hunting, all those things I love to do, I also talk about things going on in the world today as far as the stuff they try to keep us from knowing, about how our world really works. I talk about space and aliens. And I talk about a whole lot of different topics, and I have interaction with my chat. And, we look at things and stuff and try to figure out what's going on. Like where are we? Like, what's going on in our world today? Hey, King Kev, I can't see you on my phone. I don't know why, but I appreciate all you guys that help enjoy my chat, enjoy my page. I appreciate it. So with this 3,000 that I'm going to get soon, hopefully sooner than later, I'm going to be giving out a big, I don't know what to call it. I'm going to do a raffle or something. I'm going to give guys some really nice stuff in the raffle. Also, I do care packages. I got a couple of people from the chat that put in an order already. I appreciate you guys. And, you go look at my little videos that I do. You'll see the stuff that I'm talking about. Thank you, Sugar Love, for also ordering one. Appreciate you as well. Always do. But that's what I wanted to say. But, I can teach you how to save some money. how to have your wife save some money, you know, some old things, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I would never pay full price for anything again. Never pay full price for anything again. So, couponing does work, especially when all these prices are going up. All right, you guys, thank you very much. My name is Ride or Die. Sugar. Since she stepped off for a minute. Since she stepped off for a minute. This nature's nut. Oh my goodness, what's going on, y'all? So the lawyer says, no, after today, I'm done. He just quit. He just dropped it like, nah. I won't be here for no future court dates. Why is everybody, you know, we can't hear him? What's going on with him that we not even hearing what he got to say? I don't know, y'all. I want justice to be served with him, but stringing him along, I don't appreciate that too tough either. But hey, because they know he's a liar. Yeah. Thank you, Life of Buddha. Appreciate it. Thank you. Miss Jackie, you drop my link for me, please. And so I don't know, like, so now Solar jumping up into the spotlight. How do we feel about him getting more light than Natureboy did? How is he getting so much more light? He's all over the place, everywhere. So we're gonna see how this play out because it's just an extension of the cult. It's just an extension. Yes, y'all. We got sugar in the closet. I wish I could show you guys some stuff, but kind of hard to do because of she has control of your stream. But I appreciate all y'all. All it say, if you subscribe to me, put a 1 in the chat. Just put a 1 in the chat if you subscribe to me. I appreciate it. I'm 34 away from 3,000 again. As soon as I hit that 3,001, you guys, we're going to be doing raffles, and you guys will be able to join in. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know you are number one all the time. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler, Vigo T. Thank you. Nicole, you know you my ride. You know. Precious, you know you my ride. Hey, Fondi.
Peace. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good. You just gave me you just gave me a realization that I have been fighting for the last 7 years. And thank you for breaking that spell for me. You said Solar has more likes than Natureboy, and that any press is good press.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. It doesn't matter what he did it for. He literally has more likes than Natureboy. That's crazy because whether you like him or hate him, you still like him.
That's why I said it gave me the impression, okay, but the thing is, remember, you got the juice now. Remember his face? Because it wasn't supposed to go. Now what you gonna do? Because people who has never mentioned Natureboy's name, they keep hearing the word carbonation, even though technically he's still keeping Natureboy alive too, because now to research Solar, Natureboy has to come up. But from YouTube to the neighborhood to the shade room, the choke no joke, you name it, Solar name is in their mouth.
But all roads lead to Natureboy. All roads.
Yeah, but
but Solar's name is in their mouth due to the surfboard he rode in on. Solar's name is not being said by itself. It's Solar and Jaguar, right? Let's be honest about what wave he's riding right now, because it's not his own. And he's gonna do what Captain Underpants always did. he's gonna fumble the bag.
Sure. But you figure, I know I mentioned, but anyway, he figure with Natureboy, the more hate he got, the more people watched him because they hated him, because they just got to have something to say. You know, and that's what's happening with him now. He's seen the formula that works, and now he's like, okay, this formula works. This hate formula works.
Obviously, it works.
Everybody will interview him now. Everybody know who he is now. When they didn't know before. So I was a nobody. Now, if you could look at Instagram, look at YouTube, look at Twitter, Solar named because of Jag and the way that went down. Now they know for a fact Jaguar been having problems. She's been having problems with her husband. And the Solar, I know reality didn't have nothing, but the way they spinning it, just the way Solar wants you to spin it. And that's because that's what he learned from Captain Underpants. So I'm saying, okay. But see, today, that's why I said today would decide if he's gonna get sleep good tonight or not. He's not going to sleep good tonight because Natureboy case, his lawyer had too many things to do. And this case is so crazy. He needs all his time for Natureboy, and he cannot send anybody to represent him. That's how terrible. That's going to show you how bad the case really is. When I can't even send you somebody, I got to be there myself.
Well, that's because Natureboy has everybody concentrated on one charge. And I find that ironic because he has five. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. He has cinco charges. And he's just concentrated on the rape. Everybody seems to forget that the electronic transfer, 3 of them are a slam dunk. Rape is subjective. No problem. But let's look at the slam dunks. And that's why nobody is taking this case. Don't nobody want to lose to the DA and fuck off their record?
And each one is a different case, which means it serves different times. So he may have done his year already for one, but technically in total he has 5 cases, correct?
Yes.
He got 5 cases. You know, and like I said, I want to see this through, but now that I see his little minions, you know,
they'll be back online. They need money. They'll be doing something else. They need money.
Yeah, now Velvet is with that other. I don't know that girl because she don't know. She can go right to Rite Aid and get that thing to put in her mouth to fix her teeth. It don't cost that much. You can buy dentures now. I'm just saying. She need to buy them dentures and get it over with. Stop coming on the TV show like that. But anyway, now she's rolling with her, and then all of a sudden, I think she's claiming she's supposed to. I'm like, nay. At the end of the day, like I said, like for me, this is how I personally feel. It was okay when you wanted to have a baby by her baby daddy, remember? So now she took your baby daddy. Now what's the problem? Now she wanted she didn't want to be like you. You wanted to be like her. When you had to choose between love and being a queen, you chose to be a queen. Remember the Empress? Remember you said you felt that you need to be the queeness, or whatever you call them people. She forgot all of that. You forgot when you was talking to Velvet, and then you knew you was leaving that night to go back to carbonation. The people keep doing things and think, but that's all they do is they do stuff to each other and think they itch don't stink. So I'm like, all of y'all bad. So y'all all F each other's men. Y'all all pass them around. Why you mad now? Because, and then you think you won the prize because you knocked up and people was happy that you won the prize. Girl, you sound like a teenager. That's how them teenagers think. Oh, I'm knocked up. He gonna definitely stay with me. He gonna love this baby. And I'm number one. And then come to find out he got the baby over here, baby over there. But that, I'm just saying, I'm just allegedly, but that sounds like a teenager mentality to me. I'm not saying don't be happy that you knocked up, but you went purposely to get knocked up because you knew you couldn't have that man. So you figure, well, if I just have his baby, that's a teenage type of mentality. But knock yourself out, girl. You're gonna be crying a lot of nights when all them other babies pop up.
I don't care.
Mm-mm.
I don't care. I wish her everything that comes with having a newborn. Now, as a matter of fact, because she's a twin, I wish that times 2. Because, like my mom said, sex is your responsibility. Once you begin to have sex, you can make life. If you make life, your life is over.
That's what we have heard too. And that's why I'm like, no, I'm not. And then you still sound mad delusional, like, but I still love him, but he's never gonna change. Well, I still love him, but he's never gonna change. I'm like, girl, why?
But Sugar Love, she needs money. And she needs money from both sides. She needs money from these, he's never going to change side. And she needs money from the, I'm going to stand by my man side. This is how the scam is played. I mean, you're telling the right side that you're not getting money from the left, but you're telling the left side that you're not listening to the right, but you're getting paid from both ends. It's the game, but until enough people know what the game is, they can keep playing it.
Yeah,
until the third baby.
And then I'm tired of people could do what they want. Just please don't do it here. You're allowed to have your thought, but if we come back at what your thought process, don't get mad at us. But we just saying, now and I haven't spoken to his mom. I need to speak to his mom. They need a relationship with this baby. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, it's like certain things. Why are you worrying about Velvet? After a man spitting in my mouth, you couldn't tell me nothing ever again. I don't care if your baby's in my thigh. I wouldn't give a damn if you in a ditch. You would know not to call me.
Now, that story of the beat up and the spit in the mouth and all that good stuff, she's not having the natural reaction one would have to someone who violated you like that. And not to say that it's cookie cutter, but after you have put your hands on me and dripped your dribble into my mouth with your hands around my neck, I'm not getting on live romanticizing whether you're going to change or not. And as far as relationship with your baby, I got mine. Thank you. That's not a man I want to see again. After that was our last encounter, we can't talk. They don't have natural reactions, if y'all haven't noticed. And the only people that don't have natural reactions are actors with scripted reactions. We didn't hear him put his hands on her, did we? Did we hear that?
No, ma'am.
Did we see the video?
No, ma'am.
So they can make up whatever drama they want to make up for the streets of social media to garner as much attention as they can, and then not have the reactions that you're supposed to have after being violated in said way.
And then the funniest part is, we're gonna have the virtual baby shower. I'm like, you just got blown up. Now you're telling us you knocked up. Now you're plotting a virtual baby shower. I say, where they do this at, right? Is it me? Not just saying what happened. Now she's plotting a virtual. She's gonna have 2 babies. I mean, the same way they did. The only person who didn't ask for nothing for the baby, I think that would be Sunny. She the only one that went back to her country. Nobody sent her nothing, and it's worse there. But virtual, she gonna have watch how many people send her stuff. And I'm like, no, she's still indoctrinated. There's no way you're going to see a therapist and you did the work and you're going to sit up there talking about you still love him. And I didn't send him no money, but I did send him $10. I was a ninja would, girl.
Sure. Sonny can't go back to a Caribbean island and tell nobody that she's knocked up by a bisexual cult member who kicked her out because he wanted a husband. She can't say that. She can't. She has to make up a whole nother story. She can't say that on that island with a straight face and be all right. I'm just saying. That's why maybe she hasn't asked for anything. She really needs to go incognito because her family is not going to allow that to be said. Not about them. Nope.
And then, I tell people all the time, people can say what they want to say, but I try to get them out of the habit of just focusing on one because they're all still poison. So don't think that this one is poison and more poison than that. Yeah, because Musa did not put what went down with him and what's her name, Hadu on. But we know a lot of stuff went on when a man says to you that I only could look at you at a certain angle. I said, well, God, I heard a lot of stuff heard before. I've never heard that. But I'm just saying, they're all still poison. They all are still abusive. They're all going to do that. So don't think, okay, well, Musa ain't no better. Lawyer ain't no better. Pisces, he seems to be, acting like he's trying to act like but no. And I think that's why I said they all trying to figure out themselves if Natureboy is going to stay in jail so they can continue to have their freedom.
You think? Because I think they're just running amok until Natureboy gets back, and then they're going to consolidate back together and tell us that they've been running game since he went in.
That could be absolutely true, but the fact that it's this time they're still enjoying it. Hey, I can get some now. Remember, they was restricted to when he gave them the wife. So all this, remember, she said Musa just been home. And she said he was humping everything and they've been sexually, for a while. So even if they do go back to him, it still feels good at the moment to go in the refrigerator when you want to go in the refrigerator. So they still, even though they might want him home, it could be an act, but it still feels good. Like, damn, okay, I don't want to go back to work today. Hopefully the boss don't come in. That's all I'm saying.
Girl, how many times does it take for somebody to leave a cult or an abusive relationship? So being out and being free ain't necessarily people's priority.
Honey. And then even that videotape, I'm like, I thought they took that from him. That he was not supposed to be on social media. He was not supposed to be on Bigo.
And maybe that's why the lawyer then skedaddled, because the lawyer told his ass don't, and he showed up on social media. Client that won't listen. Can't represent you if you won't listen.
And why is, I can't figure that boy name, and why you got it? Because Natureboy told you to tape it so that people could hear from you. Didn't they tell you don't do that? And I'm like, and then he got that boy singing, done effed all of us up. I don't know what the hell was that. But anywho, they're not hateful, Walker. They're not following rep. I'm like, how did that take place? On a video phone call, and is anybody going to say something? Like, wasn't that recorded that he was being recorded on Bigo?
Man, but Sat 12. Now check this out. Natureboy been selling people gonna do a documentary on him like Umar Johnson been selling that raggedy ass school.
Natureboy is not that big, first of all. Because let me tell you, I was doing the Andrew check, because you not be trying to switch up sometime. try to switch it's other cults. And I want to show you guys cults that does the same exact thing that goes either further. Tell me somebody and say, Natureboy, why you messing with Andrew Tate? You better go back to that little something. Natureboy, I said, you know, he is right. Natureboy is not big as what people think he is. Just to his people, they think they big. But far as the world, no. Andrew Tate would be a person they do a movie about before they do Nature Nut. That man was making millions on top of millions, and he had his little ex-coach too. He was doing a lot of the same thing, the cryptos, the this and that had the women. Natureboy is not all that big. He making people think that he's bigger than what he is, and they're gonna do all these movies and stuff. I'm like, no, there's bigger fish that people want to see.
What color is your Bugatti?
And most of them wasn't his any damn way. They was being leased.
Girl.
That's why they took them shits right back. They took it right back. They took them suckers right back. And then he had it to where mad people was making videos about him. Natureboy have not accomplished as much as that man Stephen Tate. You know, so I don't know about all of that. Oh, they coming to him to do this and they coming to him. He telling people that because he don't want to get his butt shanked up in jail or whatever. He probably keep the camera on me and calling it A&E. Or keep this on me. Who got a cell? I don't know if they got cell phones or whatever. And I don't know how it would go. But I know A&E ain't going to no jail. They're gonna do what? It'll be even worse if they do something on him because they're gonna show all the things that he done did in his video. They're gonna show something nice. Are you really proud of what they're gonna show in that movie?
That nigga going down the list of networks, he just crossing them off as they become untrue. Let us remember, he already tried this Big Brother thing, and they threw him out the Big Brother house. Yeah. Y'all, some of y'all forget that or haven't been around long enough for that. Nobody is going to touch this man when it comes to production. And quite frankly, you have bigger cults out there than Natureboy's behind. I mean, there are cults out there with 30,000 members, 140,000 members. Natureboy is our backyard fire. He's our backyard fire. That's it.
And that's why I'm like, when people be thinking he's big, I'm like, no, so lot bigger than you right about now, homie. A so lot bigger than you.
See? Shaka should have stayed around just a little bit longer so them MMA skills could have been on par, so he could be in professional league too. He could have hit world star, you know, ding ding bing, you know, MMA fighter takes down blah 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 blah. Man, you would be on every Don King would be, hey, can I speak to Shaka Zulu? Yeah, Shaka.
Hello, Donna. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Phil. I think I spoke to you already. And King Tab, he at work, so he in the chat. But that's what I'm saying. This, like I said, this to me has really become a soap opera, and that's how I'm seeing it as the world churns. Not turns, but churns. And, you know, you stay tuned for if anybody choose to, any grown person that choose to not use discernment and not figure that these people are still, they're going to still use the same thing that they pappy taught them. And the difference between the Terry and the rest of them, she learned it worked more than them. She been to a lot of different cults. She's seen that it works at this cult. It worked at that code. She got more evidence that it worked than the rest of them. She's seen how this person worked. They send money, they send money. She went to Thailand. Send money, send money. I mean, so she got a lot of evidence that this worked more than the rest of them. If any
And
one
been with
person,
most of the leaders. And
exactly.
been in close proximity to the leaders. Let's throw that part in.
Mm-hmm.
So she know the comings and the goings. If not a groomer, she's a cult bunny. She's been hopping around this damn circuit since she could get away from her sister and mom.
And I always tell that friend, I'm like, I don't care if that was my sister. I don't care how famous you think you are, but in my presence, we the same. I'm not worshiping you. You get the hell up out. I wish you would go into a cult think you're gonna come home and think you're a superstar. Yep, these are the sisters in them. And we love you. And everybody's sitting around her like she's a queen and shit. Man, listen. Well, like I said, any grace I hear, any grown person that cannot use discernment, you rather use your heart than discernment, that would be on you. I don't come on people's channels saying that you tried to help. No, you need to come and say, I didn't use discernment. I didn't realize they just came out of a cult. Y'all the one gave them a ticket take parade. All this, they are, none of Natureboy's poison is in them. They have left the cult. So let me send money and help. That's on you. I'm sorry that happened, but you are grown son, and I'm not talking about grown as a over 18. I mean grown as a over 40. You're over 35, 40, 50 years old. How are you helping somebody who has more access to stuff than we do? She just came out of a cult. You think that they're not going to take care of her? If once you start telling how she feel and all her brain, you think she ain't going to get it? You think none of them is not going to get a check? You think they're not going to have their own apartment? You think if they need medication, they're going to get, they are eligible for everything that they need. They don't need us. But again, people don't think, well, I'm going to save them. You know, I just did it from my heart. And I was trying to help her do what? What did your help go to? I'm not talking about the people who did, but I'm just thinking about for everybody who's getting ready to send their money again. They're getting ready to send their money again for all this baby shower stuff. Y'all better think about it. No, she wanted Solar to be the pappy. He's the pappy. She need to make sure that pappy send that money. That's what you wanted, right? You went back to him. Y'all talked about having a baby. Y'all wanted to have a baby, and that's your pappy. That is your pappy. I don't know where Fooney went, but hopefully she can come back in. No, two more say it ain't so. What happened? Don't forget, guys, if you are not subscribed to Miss Ride or Die, she's trying. Oh yeah, she's saying she having twins. She having twins. Hey, Blanchy Pooh. Like I said, I'm gonna drop the link in just in case you got. Just in case you guys got something to say, or Fooney want to come back up. But I'm just saying, y'all people, y'all better use discernment, and y'all need to know they got plenty of opportunities for them. They do not need your money. They just can't stop hustling. That's why I hit that. Can't have a baby if you don't have at least own or have a passive income. Even if she says she works, right? But at the end of the day, how you doing a virtual? If you work, why are you doing a virtual baby shower? Because she know she'll have to take off work to keep that baby. She knows that she's gonna have to take off for work because she ain't got no babysitter. She have to take off work and mind that baby, and she needs you guys funds so she can sit home and show you she's breastfeeding all day. You're gonna pay her for breastfeeding. But y'all gonna pay her for free milk just to see her breastfeed. You're gonna pay her for that, and then the baby need this. You're gonna pay her for that. She already started, Angel. She already started. So I gotta work to baby out of wedlock. No planning. The baby's gonna stay out of wedlock because they can't get married because he's technically Solar still married to Zoka. She would never be the wife. You would never have the happy family. Because let me explain to you how this goes, Nateri. You may be the baby's mama, but Zoka is still his wife. And God forbid, if anything happens to Solar, Zoka is the next of kin. Zoka, if something happened, and let's say you with that man every single night, if something happened, you're going to have to find Zoka. You can't be like, oh, that's my husband. No, Zoka has to make decisions for everything. See, you guys got to stop playing house. If that man coming to some money, Zoka gets it first. Oh, look, he playing hooky at work. What's up, King Calf? Calf.
What's up, gang? I had to pop in real quick. I'm at work. Hold on, let me put my Bluetooth in real quick so y'all ain't hearing too much background noise.
Thank you, Miss Rob. She made it rain. Y'all better go send some subscribers over there. Kev? Well, he'll come back in. Oh, no, we're going to turn this up later. Because, see, these people, I'm going to get my grandma a nap. I'm not playing with y'all. I got to get my grandma a nap, and I'm coming back. I just wanted to do would you stop? This cat, oh, my gosh. Let me see what's going on. But Solar, he would not have the juice tonight, damn it. He got the juice, not tonight. Got the juice, but not tonight. He don't have that juice tonight, damn it. He's gonna have to wait. But yeah, she got to get her scammies together. Please remember the unborn has nothing to do with the drama. I don't have to remember that because I never mention that baby. I never mentioned any child. I'm talking about his mama. Or, oh God, he might be having a boy. I said his. It might be I'm talking about the mama, the papa, and the coat. You did not hear me say anything about that unborn child. So don't even put that here, POCW, New York. That's one thing we don't do. We don't play with elders. We don't play with kids. We don't do that. I mentioned the others. What others was I talking about? Y'all gotta keep up with what I'm talking about, because I be forgetting. Y'all gotta keep up. What others was I talking? What others was I talking about? But you know what? Y'all been taking care of them. Shoot, continue. It won't be me. And I ain't gonna be going through all them side stories. But it works. It works. I was letting Pop know, sugar. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, campaign, because I be forgetting stuff. And then we was up late last night, and we was up getting ready for this daggone thing. Oh, excuse me. That's right.
Hey, no, I'm outside. I can't see it myself. You guys, yeah. Also, if you go check out my care package video, those are some of the things that I'll be sending out to your people in your chat. And I wanted to say thank you for those who made their orders. I appreciate it. You should get your stuff very soon. Very soon. Most household stuff. Yeah. I was hoping you could show the little video, but I looked at it now. It's lopsided. Oh man, modern technology. Where's Kaz? He can't still can't see me.
Yeah, but he's at work.
Yeah, he went to get his Bluetooth.
Wow.
So the chat want to know, what is you eating?
Food. Y'all know me and Nick like to snack. Y'all be making us hungry and stuff. I'm eating soup, guys. I'm eating some soup. Because I had this little cold, so I got me some soup. Some chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup. On the side. What is on the side? Whatever's on the side of it, but that's what I got. But obviously, there's nothing of that. But
I just really think, we never talk about people, children, only in the highest regards because the children are innocent, but it's the sins of the parents. And for you to keep bringing these children into the world, knowing that they have an 85% chance of whatever's going on in the parent's body, inflicting them. How are you being safe? From what I understand, that certain things they definitely have to monitor you for when you're pregnant. So I just pray that the kids come out healthy. And that's all I can give is my prayers, because it's just too much.
It's a real thing. Real thing. Thought it was a joke, but it's just like nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see it, but it's in your face. And I'm tired of telling people it's in your face. You don't have to believe it. Like people go, oh, I don't believe in the zodiac sign. You don't have to, but the other person does. So long as they believe it, and you, because I don't believe it, but they know what sign you are. They know how to work you a little something. So guess what? You don't have to believe in it to say, well, let me read up on yours so I can work you a little something. See, that's the problem. People go, I don't believe in the Bible. You don't have to believe in the Bible, but it's good to at least read it. So if somebody says this, you can come back with, nah, I read that, and you can have all the reasons why you don't agree with it, and you can't come with because of nothing. You would have to say, because when I read, you would have to read the whole entire Bible to say I debunk this. Some people just read certain scriptures and they hit you with certain scriptures. You can't debunk the whole entire Bible because of some scriptures. You can't. Or whatever. That's why I say I do not. Yes, to understand. That's why I say I don't do debating, because people gonna do what they want to do, believe. But it's always good to know a little something of everything. It doesn't mean you have to believe it. It doesn't mean you have to follow it. It just means that, hey, I'm familiar with this. So they think they're gonna play with me, and I'm not the one to play with. And it's not, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing. Your enemies, what you don't believe in, your enemies studied you so much, and that's why a lot of people, they're trying to figure out why we can't win, because you don't even study your enemy or nothing your enemy is about. But your enemy studied you. Your enemies know everything about you. They know what you believe. They know more. Whatever religion you in, your enemies know more about whatever you do than them.
$10 steak.
Hey, I am Christian, but I have gay friends, etc. It's not flesh and blood. Talk that talk. Let me tell you something. It's not nobody's job to condemn anybody. People think even if you have alphabet friends, that's not your job to say, well, hey, because you know what? Let me tell you something. Do you know how many laws, statutes, and commandments we have? Do you take that same energy to a man that's cheating on his wife? That is a sin. Do you give it that? That's an abomination, whatever. But that's abomination too. Everything that you can't do it. Whatever they believe or don't believe, maybe you can say the universe going to deal with them, God going to deal with them, whatever you want to call it. You can judge the spiritual. You can judge people, but it got to be spiritual. But everybody can be judged. How can you help somebody and tell them? You would have to see what they're doing, and you would take a judgment and say, "Hey, baby, don't do that no more." So people take that judging stuff too far too. Like if somebody doing something messed up, no, they're not. I'm not judging you, but what you're doing is kind of messed up. And for people to cover up their bad behavior, they would say, "Don't judge me." No, that's bad behavior, and this is what you're doing. Now you can imagine somebody not saying nothing at all. Then you know what? What judgmental people, narcissistic people are worse. They are terrible. But sometimes you have to sit back and learn from them too. You got to learn from them too. Because you got to survive in this world. And this world is full of narcissistic people. This world is full of narcissistic people. So you got a narcissistic person could be your boss. How do you deal with your boss? Yeah, it's not just about your spouse or a man. Your kids could be narcissistic. You know, what you gonna do? Not go to work no more? You're gonna say, listen, I know this person narcissistic. I know not to tell them none of Kevin, keep jumping, he'll get it. Like you gotta say, I know not to tell them none of my business. And it's overt and covert narcissist. You know, so if some of these things that we put on this channel, we show you the behavior Learn, and they also teach you how to get what you want. They teach you how to go for it. Just go for it. Whatever the cards may fall, go for it. You know, you don't have to, and then sometimes you just can't be too nice to people. Sometimes you got to put yourself first. I'm not saying, you know, like be a victim like them, hurt anybody like them, and abuse anybody like them. But we are in a world of narcissistic and sociopathic people. And usually they are so grimy, they are the ones that's at the top. So they are a lot of people bosses. They're that person that sit right next to you, that claims she was or he was your friend. Not knowing that them narcissistic people don't like that. That's why a lot of people get trapped off in life, because you didn't realize your own friends was narcissistic, and you done gave them so much ammunition, and then when it's time for them to take you down, they take you down and make you the bad person. Ms. Rod, you're gonna have to talk for a second.
All right. And so a lot of people say that Aries are, you know, a lot of Aries are narcissistic. I don't think I am. But you have to understand too, a lot of Aries lead countries, lead the world. I didn't know President Obama was an Aries. He's an Aries. I didn't know that. I gotta look that up again. So a lot of the leaders are, because they have that kind of mentality. That mentality to how would you say, to control the situation? To control the situation and whatever they're doing. Mumbo in Scorpio is less in a Leo body. Obama is a Leo. I'm going to say Leo. I really did, but he acts like an Aries. You know, we do have a lot of arrogant ways, though. You're here, Leo. Leos are good people, but they, when he said to one of the hecklers, "Not in my house," they was having a speech or whatever. He said, "Don't get it twisted. Just because I live here in Washington doesn't mean I ain't from Chicago. You will not be disrespectful in my house." You know what, Nicole? My left foot is an Aries. You need to stop it. Hey, Nerds Blanche. Hi, Miss Winters. Jackie. Campaign Rico. Rico, what are you campaigning? Rico 8300. What are you campaigning, bro? Or is that who you want to vote on? I know we got so many unusual names. I like these names. These names are crazy. It's getting a little nasty out now, but you can't blame me for wanting to look away. You can't deny they turned to your stomach a couple of times. But you know, as far as the birth control, you so busy
her left foot is an Aries. You know what? Tell Nicole go back in the closet. Nicole said her left foot.
I know. I just said that. Yeah.
Remember, I had to get up for a second, so I was back at the door.
I know.
No, technically, Aries are not narcissistic. It's they are of the self first. See, that's a difference, because technically they are the first sign. So they was by themselves until Taurus came. So they always had to rely on self. Like they had no teachers. If you're going by energy way, that's the first energy. So you put it in human way. So that's why they are explorers. They always putting stuff together. They have to do stuff together themselves. So they had to, once Taurus came in, Taurus is a whole different element, but they had nobody to follow. That's why they always
Cool.
they take that ram. They always gotta they the ones that throw the
Plant.
cars where they follow, throw the cars where they go. You know, that's why they're the ones that take chances. That's why they're the ones that's not scared to take chances. They're not the ones scared to kick in the door for everybody to get in. Where everybody
Waving the
think
fofo.
about it, like everybody else got to think about it. They got to analyze about it. They got to do all of this, and everybody's like, "F that!" Boom! Everybody come on in. It's open. You know. So the people.
We find out it was an Aries leader. What's Trump's sign? We found out it was an Aries leading that attack on Congress.
If you can't tell that man T, please don't even say that name. That man T. You can't tell he a Gemini. I don't know what to tell you. You see how many swings, the moon swings that man?
I just know he got on my nerves all times of night on the toilet, tweeting me. I was like, stop it. Yeah, back to Miss Blanche. Okay. We own basket cases when we need to be, okay?
No, technically that is true. Y'all can be some basket cases. But that's because
only we need to be.
That's because people they don't understand the heart that you guys have, and they don't understand y'all draw from Cancer, so they don't understand y'all y'all don't draw from Cancer, draw from Libra. But they don't understand they have a lot of feelings and emotions, but they don't have time to really get into that because they constantly up to something else. It's like that's why when you got beef like with the Aries, they have to fight you like right then and now because they got other things to do.
Exactly.
Everything in their life got to be done now because I have other things to do. That same rule will apply for Gemini. Gemini got to do things right then and now because they got other things to do. They can't be sitting back thinking about it. Like it's like everything. There's so many things. Their mind racing so fast. They got this to do, that to do. They ain't got no listen. We're gonna fight. Okay, we're not gonna fight. Bye. You know, we're like other people. She said, "Oh my God, that's true. I always feel like if I need something done, I need to do it myself." No matter, yeah, but that's because y'all had no teachers. Your energy doesn't have no teachers. You know, so that's
no rule book.
That's why if y'all are in that's why y'all have to really like signs like that, especially masculine signs. You have to choose your partner wisely, because then that's why I'm glad people may want to be born other places. I'm glad I'm born here, because imagine having this energy in you and it's constantly suppressed. Mm-hmm. It's suppressed. You can't, you know what I'm saying? Like certain signs supposed to go live life. It's supposed to go on journeys. So imagine if you can't do that anymore, you got to stay stuck in the coat, or you got to stay stuck in the house, and you got a man got to rule you. But your energy, you got this energy in your body that want to do this, but you can't. You can't. And they act like they're happy, but they're not. Like Sag is supposed to go around the world and see stuff and explore. Imagine being a Sag woman someplace else, and you have to suppress that. Like some women, it's easy to do. Some women, it is not. And these men ask a lot from us, not knowing that you are really suppressing us. How you gonna tell a masculine energy that you're being masculine? In all reality, what is masculine energy? What does that really mean? And what does feminine energy really mean? Because they got an attitude. That's not masculine. That just means they got a big mouth. Like masculine means you don't see, people may say, see, okay, she might be masculine. You don't see me out there putting no bricks together. I ain't doing nothing. I'm not doing anything masculine. Y'all just don't like something in your mouth. You don't like that they have an opinion. So you want to consider that masculine. And no, some women like to sit around beautiful all day. Some do not. That does not make you feminine because you spray on some damn perfume. That doesn't make you feminine because you want to wear makeup. Some women, natural beauty. It's sad that natural beauty is not feminine for somebody. So I'm not feminine because I don't wear makeup. That makes me not feminine because I want to wear my natural hair. I want to show my natural body. I have to go make myself up just so you can consider me feminine. No. Y'all got the game twisted. That's why I don't get into them type of talks neither. How you want a real woman? How feminine can you be if you're natural? You can't get more feminine than that.
Because we have these other women that are not real women that have men body parts trying to outdo us all the time.
Yeah, but I'm not even on that right now. But I get that but see, they only get to do that because that's what we fixated on. That's what's feminine. That's why it's easy to get away with that. But I'm not getting into that because they see it as a woman as makeup, wig, weave. That's not no. You don't equate a woman of dress and how your shoes. No, women is when you never tell my girl I'm a real ninja. It's so corny, show it. Or they're trying to do BMs where I hate it. But see, I don't get on into all of that because that's another money grab. That's another money grab with all these 50 million videos trying to tell us what is feminine. No, you cannot. You could never. A man could never tell me what's feminine. Ever. Same way I could say he act a certain way, but that doesn't mean he's not masculine. I can never tell him what's masculine. What I perceive to be masculine may be totally wrong. Masculine because he's not an alpha, that doesn't make him not a man. That doesn't make him not masculine. Is he working, taking care of the household and stuff? That's masculine things. Even if it doesn't work, do he fix stuff, pick up stuff? Does he? You know what I'm saying? So I cannot tell them what's masculine. Men who use the term are men that are intimidated by women that can use a grill and build their own. Okay. And then, especially for American men, y'all could talk what y'all want to talk. Y'all ain't never, this just like I see people and they going through that argument about men being taken out of the house because of Section 8 and public assistance. But one thing you would never hear them say is, I got kicked out of my house. You would hear them say they took the man out the house. That means it was never the man's house. He was still lit. You would never go back. You would never hear a man say, I was kicked out of my house so she can get public assistance or she could get Section 8. That's why I don't have that argument. You have never, I was kicked out of, because they can't say the word my house. They can say the word the house or out of her house, but they cannot say my who kicks a grown man out of his house, A woman can't do that if that's his house. So why do we still continue to have that ride? Why do we still continue to have that conversation?
Mm-hmm.
When they say the word mine, then we can have that conversation. Well, how did they kick you out your house? And nobody never said they kicked you out your house. They kicked them out of their house. Whose house was it? Not theirs, no. Lease-wise, whose house was it?
I don't care. I did it, and I want to stand by it. And then when they bought the handcuffs, I had to undo it. Can't kick a man out of his own house.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, Martin. Martin.
40 is the new yay. You know what? That is true, though. Because, baby, when I hit 40, oh my God, it got so beautiful, but it's just so bad that it's been wasted. It's been wasted, but shoot, the 40 years, you hit 40, it's like everything changed so nice. It's like everything you thought that was bad, but life was beautiful. That's the time where women got it. That's your time to shine. Once you hit 40, that's your time to shine, baby. That's your time to shine. Unless you got younger kids, go live your life, because it's like you got an extra thing of energy, and you got more sexual, you got more energy, and now you're wiser, and they just can't just hit you with anything, and now it's more on your terms. And baby, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Hitting 40 is beautiful. That 40 to 50, you better enjoy it, because after 50, you start going down.
No. You don't start going down. I don't think so, because I'm about to turn double nickels coming up soon. And it's like we have, our choices are somewhat slim, but you know, when you have older children, you have to stay within older than them. You know, choices out there, though. But
I mean, far as your body,
as far as your body, you are what you eat. You put good things in your body.
So you're getting old. You can do whatever. You start to get older. This hurt, that hurt. I'm just saying you can still take that time, but I'm just saying you would think that. What I'm just saying, something about that 40 to 49. It's something that you, the people, thought that they didn't think that they would have. You would never think that you would have the same, for most, have that same drive as you had as a 20-year-old, and if not even more. It's like, I'm just saying, all the things you didn't think that you would be able to do or have, you figure, I'm 40. Now, once you turn 40, you're like, hold up. I don't feel old at all. Hold up, you know. It's like that 40. It's come to find out, it's a beautiful thing. I don't care this much.
Think about it. How are you going to be? Okay, they say, okay, when you're in your 50s. I don't see myself in nobody's club twerking. You know what I'm saying? You know, they feel the older they get, and they just can do whatever they want. Yes, it's true, but I don't want to be 60 years old and nobody club twerking.
I'm on 40. I don't know when you get the 50. We didn't get the 50 and 60. I'm 40. I'm just saying.
They stay on 30 and 40.
I'm saying they called it old for so long. I'm just saying. So you start believing in it until you hit it, and then you realize, oh, I feel good. That's just the point that I was saying. I feel good.
I feel good all over.
Now, as far as people, I think when you get a certain age, you do whatever you want to do. When I get 50 and 60, I don't know what I'm be doing. I ain't trying to worry about what I shouldn't be doing. I'm doing what I want to do. And I like to say, rest in peace to Miss Holla.
Yes.
Look at her. That one she had me cracking up. She was like, nah, I to get mulatto. No, I want some dick. You know, she got to the age to where her mouth, she was talking, she could do whatever she wanted to say, whatever she wanted to say, whatever came out, trying to get that. I want the men. And I used to do this. And I'm just saying, I like the fact that lady was 97 years old. Sometimes you got the right. If somebody want to go twerk, I'm going to go twerk. And what you going to do about it? I ain't got no time to worry about what nobody think. I ain't got that much time left. I ain't got that much time left to be worrying about what somebody think. And how, now I want to be a lady. No, I'm not saying don't go out there like you're 20, but if you know what, if you want to, you could. Because see, while they talking about you, you saying shit, I ain't got that much time. Do whatever you want to do. If you want to sit in the house, sit in the house. But when I get 60, 70, baby, I don't know what I'm going to be. God spare my life. Who knows? Who knows? You might see me in one of them.
Excuse me.
Oh, you may see me in one of them TikTok videos. You never know. Definitely hit like a V12.
He doing the most right now.
Yeah, that hurt my feelings. Because I mean, like, she was getting a little bit better, and then next thing you know, she got to the point that the CA came back, and up until her last day, she was still. And I like the fact that for her to be 97 years old, but people talking about her people taking her money. She wasn't going nowhere to spend it. She left that legacy for her family. That's the part y'all didn't really think about. That thinking, oh, they're taking her money. She's 97 years old. What is she gonna do with it? Their job is to get her whatever she needs. But in her mind, I want to leave my baby some money. Let's get this video. Oh, Grandma Holler, you mad funny. So then she agreed to do the videos. She knew that she was on camera. She knew they were sending her the Cash App. She know her channel was blown up. So that was her way of, you know what, I'm old, but you know what? I don't want to leave my grandkids and my kids with nothing.
Right.
So this is my way of leaving them something, or participating in the household to make sure, like, my grandbabies got what they need, my great grandbabies got what they need. People always miss the point. People always miss the point, and they make things much worse than what it is. They stealing her money. Like she can't get, she cannot get out the bed. The question, and it always had her looking nice. They used to have, up until her hair started falling out, they had they kept her hair done, they kept her wigs done. You know, they made sure she was ate, they made sure she was fed. She was not in the house by herself. And much crap as that lady talk, they ain't do nothing to her. You know, but here go people exposing. How do you expose a 97-year-old lady? Show, and this is what they did with the money. That's because y'all stupid. That's stupid. In her days, maybe she didn't have that type of job or something, or maybe she just had insurance, but maybe she wanted to take care of her grandkids now. Maybe that insurance went to her kids. Oh, God bless your grandma. 96. That's what I'm saying. So, you know, can you imagine becoming a celebrity in your 90s? Everybody know you all over the world in your 90s. And that was a dream to her. She never thought that she would be on social media. She's 96 years old. She never thought everybody would got Holler name in their mouth. She never thought she would be on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, you know, Facebook. She never thought that she would be a celebrity. And then all that money, she wanted it to go to her family. She knew she couldn't spend it. She knew she
couldn't take it with her.
Right. So that makes it like they did this. They didn't do nothing. Then they had the nothing called CPS on that. The older version of the CPS on that one. I'm like, y'all, they do it. Stop it. She didn't make it to 96 now they want to abuse her. No, she did that for her family. She loved her family that much. Yo, she knew they was making the money. She didn't have to talk when they cut the camera on. She knew these things. But people always got to sit up there and kill me with this, sorry, YouTube, I don't know what to say no more. But, you know, they really upset me with these exposing. How the heck do you expose a 96-year-old? And then when she said certain things, that's why I say be careful what y'all put up in here. She said certain, the chat want to tell her how to speak because of all these like ABCDs. And then at 96 years old, what applies to you guys don't apply to them. Huh? Why? You got what? When? By yourself?
Yes.
She's gonna pause because she got her son came in. But you know, being at that age, you know, you just want to be comfortable. You want to keep living your life. Like I see a lot of people that are younger than me. I'm like, girl, get out there and live your life. You know, a lot of people tell me that. Go out there and live my life. But I'm like, there's nothing out there that I'm looking for. There's nothing out there I'm looking for. And then to date now, people don't even know how to date. Everything is on social media. Then you want to hook up and yada yada. Really? Like, Is that what we get on social media for? 95% people do, but I don't believe in that. I don't believe in crossing borderlines for. When I mean borderlines, I mean state lines, just to go hook up with someone. Nah, man. Yeah, she's about to put her Timbs on. She's about to put her Timberlands on. Wetsuit and Timberland style. Also, I got 2970. Come on, you guys. Please help a sister out. Help me get to my 30. I wish I could show y'all some videos on here to get back. Also, I do couponing, as I told you before. But I do like realistic, up-to-date stuff that we find out about and how the government is taking our money for all the resources that we get. You not know, in a recession last year, they spent $1 billion on Xmas. Where did they get that money from, you ask? So how's the economy going up so high now? Yes, a sin is a sin. Yeah, some sins are greater, but when you go for Judgment Day, a sin is a sin. That's why they tell you to repent right before you go. Repent every day. Yeah, Sugar about to put on her Timbs. I know it. Heard that in her voice. She said, what? That was it. But Jackie just dropped my link. So I'm going to do like giveaways, a care package giveaway. Yeah, and I don't understand that too much, campaign, because how is it that people from other countries come in with stores, they come in with their own money, I guess. For what I heard from quite a few people that did that, they get a loan from their bank and they come to America to pay it off. And then while they're paying off their bank, they're making money for their country, in turn taking money from our country and sending it to theirs. Here it is, you can't even speak no English, and you got a bodega, you got a store, you got a hair braid salon, you got, and they cater to their own people, but they'll take your money too. Yes, I'm gonna do a live about that too. I'm in Texas, so to get a three bedroom is gonna run you about $1,700-1,800 for a two bedroom house, and that's a month. So you're looking at almost $450, and the areas is not all that desirable, but yes, rent is sky high. Yeah. Wow, $1,200. When I was living in New York, my rent, and I lived in the city housing. My rent was $1,200 a month. I said it's time to go. My rent started out at $495 for 2 bedrooms, and I got 3 bedrooms, so it was like $621. Within 5 years, my rent went up to $1,200, and I said, nope, it's time to go. I got kids going to college. I got to work hard for that too, because because of your income, the kids can't get certain benefits that the state would give you because you make enough. That's crazy. College should be free for everybody. Yeah, she was blessed to have her right mind. Because some people I know, they lose their mind early, And that's something that's great about videos and with social media. It's like, it keeps you young. When you're doing good things and it's like a time capsule. Campaign said, I figured I can buy at 1,000 a month. Took that leap of faith. And to rent a house is going to run you just as much, okay? So I see a lot of people renting their houses out. But I'm like, I'm not renting because I'm not coming back to fix nothing. People tear up your stuff. I live in Cleveland and I live 2 streets over from the suburbs. I have a whole house. I pay $1,200. I live 2 streets over from the house that went 19 to 2000. Ooh. I live somewhere in the suburbs, and it's like when I go online and check how much the houses are going for now, I'm like, man, I actually could sell my house today, pay off my whole entire mortgage of what I have left, and still have half of what I paid off. So it's going up high. Comes from Cali, goes 4 hours west of Yeah, my friends is from the super plan area. It's SAPULPAN area. Sugar, you're right. She even said that. So what? I'm lost. Tell us about Dallas. Oof. Let me tell you, Dallas is like, it's like all the major cities. What they show you on TV is so beautiful. And then you have I'm not even gonna say the ghetto, I'm gonna say low income housing. Everybody don't know about New York. 42nd Street, lights, camera, action. 34th Street, lights, camera, action, shopping. 14th Street, village. And I mean more than the village people. And then you go around the corner and guess what? Bam, you in the ghetto. And when I say ghetto, I don't mean all the people. I mean the area is not up to par. So now with gentrification, all the areas are coming up to par, and now they're too expensive to live in. So what I don't understand is, if you're building up the area to look good, for people to live well, why are you putting the people out? Yeah, I know. There's some people that just tear up stuff. Some kids are bad and da-da-da-da-da. I give you an excellent example. A lot of people was moving to the Poconos. The rent, to move to the Poconos, everybody want to be close to that George Washington Bridge. And I spoke to some people in the Poconos, and it was like, oh, a lot of us here, we sell our houses and move deeper into Pennsylvania. I said, why? She said, because we can get a lot of money for our houses here, because people want to live close to the bridge, and we don't mind living deeper into Pennsylvania, because we get a lot of money out of it. So a lot of people are gentrifying close to these bridges. It's definitely, I know about the agendas, Jackie, girl. That's what I talk about over there on my page, the agendas, about how they up there spending $1 billion on satellites to go where? Girl, I can't even do that over here. Please. We spent billions of dollars on putting stuff up into the atmosphere. But yet, the Bible says, nothing shall leave or come into the earth. So that's telling you all the craziness is in the atmosphere already. Already into the atmosphere. Yeah. And they have to they have to actually start looking into reading again, because without reading, Oklahoma, I'm like, I got family in Columbus. Yeah. Brandy Davis was really, so, they sit up there and they tell you some things and they don't tell you. So what are we missing? We missing out on all the things that they should be telling us. And, I get some strikes. I get it, they give me a hard way to go on my videos a lot, but that's why I have to keep changing them up. I don't do a whole lot of cursing, so I'm good on that, but some things make you go, WTF. I'm like, what is this? Like, how many people actually know how many times all kinds of confidential stuff comes out and they don't say anything? Blanche said, if you don't live in the major cities where it's cows and cornfields, let me tell you, I can go up the block right now and see a cow. Yes, Miss Holla, her family did take care of her.
Guys, I'm out of here. I'll speak to you guys later. I'll see you guys at 7 o'clock.
All right.
I'm going to leave y'all with this. And y'all all I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Right.